Hello, my name is Steve Allen Taylor, the owner of SAT Business Consulting. And SAT are my initials in case you're wondering. I have two websites, satbusinessconsulting.com and goalsettingavatar.com. Thank you for joining my introductory video to the Thinking into Results program, or TIR. This video is just a short summary of one of the 12 lessons that the program is made up of. I'm very happy to talk with you about this program because it has changed my life. Not only has it increased my income, but it has literally changed every aspect of my personal and professional world. For over 35 years, I've been applying my engineering, management, and business experience to helping businesses become more competitive, productive, and profitable. I've combined this experience with the life-altering concepts of thinking into results. These concepts are good for both businesses and just personal overall life. Once I started studying TIR, positive changes came fast and furious, and I'm not exaggerating. You too will be blown away once you start the program. But before I begin the core of this presentation, please know that I'm not going to try to pressure you into buying the program. You're welcome to buy it, of course, but only if you feel you can make an informed decision. So my intent today is just to inform you about this really amazing program. So please just sit back and relax and enjoy. The Thinking into Results program was developed by Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher. Together, they formed the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Now, you may have seen Bob in the renowned movie The Secret. Even Oprah Winfrey endorsed the book that the movie was based on. Bob is always impeccably dressed. He never seems to age, but he's been studying and teaching the concepts that form the backbone of the TIR program for over 50 years. Sandy, however, is not a movie star like Bob. She was, though, a highly successful corporate lawyer, representing multi-million-dollar contracts. She actually gave up her law practice in order to help Bob build the TIR program. She now lives a more lucrative, exciting, and enjoyable life. In this presentation, I'm going to discuss a concept that you've likely never heard about. It's called the stick person. And once you understand this concept, you'll see why we call it the secret genie. So to begin, let me ask you a question. Did you know that we think in pictures? Through our five senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, we create pictures in our mind. For example, I'm a bicyclist, and I have a nice road bike. I use my sense of sight to observe its color, its size, the components, etc. This information has been stored away as pictures in the folds of my brain. Now, every time I see my bike, those pictures are instantaneously retrieved, and I know it's my bike. However, these pictures can also be triggered by my four other senses. I could hear the spinning of the wheels. I could touch the frame. I could smell the tire rubber. And I could taste the oil on the chain. Now, I wouldn't actually lick the chain, but you get the point. Now, let's talk about you. If I were to ask you to describe your mind, you'd likely think of your brain. Am I correct? However, your brain isn't any more your mind than your big toe. The reality is you or anyone else would have no picture because no one has ever seen the mind. The mind is not the brain. The mind is activity. It's vibration. It's energy that exists in every molecule of your body. In 1934, Dr. Thurman Fleet, a chiropractor in San Antonio, Texas, realized that without a picture of the mind and how it works, practitioners from all fields were only treating symptoms but not the causes. So he created a simple diagram to help visualize how our mind works. We now call this diagram the stick person. So let me explain. This large circle here represents our mind. The top half with the C represents the conscious or thinking part of the mind. The bottom half with the S represents the subconscious mind. It is the emotional or feeling part of the mind. And this small circle here represents the body. And in my case, it's gotten larger over time, but that's my problem, not yours, for another discussion. So the conscious mind, being the thinking mind, is where our free will, awareness, and ideas originate. We gather information from our environment and then create thoughts and ideas. We can choose which ideas to focus on because our conscious mind can accept and reject ideas. In other words, it thinks. Now, the subconscious mind, or the emotional mind, is where we store our memories, our habits, conditioned beliefs, and our self-image. It cannot accept or reject ideas. It just acts on what is impressed upon it. The body is the instrument of the mind. It merely carries out actions. The mind expresses itself with and through the body. Finally, these little squiggly lines here represent our five senses. And they're hardwired like little antennas into our conscious mind. We have been taught to gather the majority of our information from our environment through our senses. Now let me put this all into perspective and explain how we create the results in our lives, both desired and undesired. Through our five senses, a universal power continuously flows into and through our conscious mind. These arrows represent that universal power. Again, this is where our ideas originate. We then knowingly or unknowingly impress these ideas onto our subconscious mind by becoming emotionally involved with them. This causes feelings, which are vibrations. So these feelings vibrate through every molecule in our body, and thus it changes our entire body's state of vibration. As our vibrations change, our actions change. These vibrations also set up a magnetic force and attract everything that vibrates in harmony with them. So when our actions change, the universe reacts and alters our conditions, circumstances, and environment. In other words, it alters our results. This action, attraction, reaction is what alters our results. Do you now understand why it is so important to choose only thoughts that serve your goals and your higher purpose? You need to focus on what you want, not what you don't want or what's not working. You can control 100% of your thinking. You can truly think into results all the time. But now you can think into desired results with this information. You see, everything in your life is an expression of your mind. If you want to know what you're thinking about, take a look at your results. Your results don't lie. If your results are not to your liking, you should be asking questions like, how am I acting? How am I behaving? What emotions and feelings am I expressing? What kind of ideas am I thinking about? Asking these types of difficult and introspective questions allows you to reflect on what's going on inside. In fact, you can always know what's going on inside by simply observing what's going on outside. In other words, your outside world is a reflection of your inside world. You can choose to control your inside world by creating ideas that are independent of your environment. You do this by using the higher side of your mind, i.e. your intellectual faculties. These faculties, which everyone already possesses, include perception, will, imagination, intuition, memory, and reason. They are like mental muscles, and when you learn to use and exercise them, you can create and live the results you desire. My personal favorite is imagination. It allows us to create dreams and fantasies, and I'm proud to admit that I have lots of fantasies. I'm a daydreamer. Examples of fantasies are abundant. For instance, TIR originated from a fantasy. The company you work for originated from a fantasy. Without imagination, there could be no creation in your life. Let me ask you this. Do you want to be a star in your life? Or would you rather just be a supporting actor where you follow the ideas and the orders of other people? Well, if you want to be a star in your life, start using your imagination. Here's a simple exercise for strengthening and applying your imagination. First, find a quiet place that you can be completely alone and relaxed. I find that a darkened room is best. I also use earplugs to minimize any background noise. Second, get emotionally involved in becoming totally relaxed. To do so, close your eyes, take deep breaths, and try not to think about any issues or concerns. If you find yourself thinking about issues and concerns, just try to let them go. Third, Let your body become very light and your mind free-flowing. This state of mind is almost dreamlike. If you've ever meditated, you'll easily know this state when you get there. Fourth, when you feel calm and peaceful, imagine what it would be like if you have already achieved your goal. Again, imagine what it would be like if you have already achieved your goal. Fifth, and this is very important, imagine how you would feel to have achieved your goal. Feel the pride, the excitement, and the satisfaction. Feel the positive feedback that you would receive from your family, friends, co-workers, and the world in general. Feel your dream. And finally, once your image is very clear, write your experience down to further cement the idea in your mind. You'll want to practice this exercise daily. Because remember what I said about feelings? They create vibrations throughout every molecule in your body. And as your vibrations change, your actions change. And as your actions change, the universe reacts and alters your conditions, circumstances, and environment. It alters your results. Do you now understand and agree, and you better agree, that we can always be thinking into results? After all, every leader throughout history disagreed on lots of things, but they all agreed on one thing. You become what you think about. Think about that. You become what you think about. We were designed to create a life that we love. This is why I apply this program to my own life, and why I'm truly grateful that I get to share it with you. So I invite you to take action today. If you need more information, let's schedule a face-to-face meeting, either online or in person, or visit my website at goalsettingavatar.com. And of course, if you're raring to go, you can sign up right now to begin the program. Thank you again for joining me today. I really look forward to meeting with you soon.